Dinosaur64 here, also known as DJ.Dino, and I'm doing another reaction video, but this time I'm joined with...
Nocturnbros.
And DJTiki. And we're from Just Another Crossover Fighting Show's Battle Royale. We're both co-producers for it. And writers.
And Scott.
I'm sorry, what?
No, nothing.
You sure?
Yeah, yes.
You sure?
Alright, well, before we actually start with this reaction video, I actually wanted to talk about what they were just saying. They're part of a series called Battle Royale, which is like Death Battle, Cartoon Fight Club, and Fatal Fiction, where we pin two characters against each other. There's research done, and there's a fight at the end. If you want to support Battle Royale, I'll put a link to the description below so you can subscribe. The first episode, the official first episode, not the pilot, was White Ranger versus Leonardo. If you want to watch that, you can go to Battle Royale. And the next battle, we don't know when the official release date for the battle, so if you want to stay updated, then I suggest you subscribe, just in case you want to see the next fight. Which, the next fight is, can I say the next fight, or is it like a spoiler?
What, on the third episode, or this
second episode? The episode after White Ranger versus Leonardo.
Nah, it's already out for the public. Batman versus Punisher?
Yeah, that's the next fight, episode 2. And in case you're wondering, the pilot episode was Samus versus Mega Man. So, the next working episode is Batman versus Punisher. So if you want to see that, stay subscribed to Battle Royale. But, anyways, the main focus of this video is we're doing a Death Battle reaction. We're going to be watching Royale Zoro from One Piece versus Erza Scarlet from Fairy Tail. What do you guys think about this fight?
Well, at first I wasn't very... can I talk?
Go ahead.
At first I wasn't very excited for this idea, because I thought Erza had better opponents, like Saber from Fate Stay Night. But once it got revealed, I started to like the idea. For the record, I'm going with Zoro. I think he has better strength and speed in general. Plus, he's more skilled.
Right. Tiki, what about you?
Basically, my same sentiments exactly. The thing is, I'm not a big fan of One Piece or Fairy Tail, but I know enough about both of these. These are my favorite characters from their respective series. And I did, like, if this was going to be a death battle, I was thinking that they'd probably be paired up with each other. Because even if Erza versus Saber, even though I like that idea, Zoro versus Erza has more of a legacy behind it. I care for more legacy matchups than connections. And
Sorry, I thought you were done.
Nah. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, I'm done now.
Oh, are you sure?
I'm sure.
Alright. Well, when I first saw Hulk versus Doomsday, and when I saw that Zoro was going to be in a death battle, I'm like, who is he going to fight? And then, like, two ideas came from my mind. Erza was one of them. The other was, forgive me if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, Kenshi from, the guy who fought Zoro in the 1 minute melee. I don't know if I'm saying his name right.
Kenshin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Kenshin, yeah.
Yeah, I thought, like, that was the one thing I was thinking about. Like, is Zoro going to fight Erza or Kenshin? I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. So I had I knew Erza versus Zoro was like one of the most requested fights. I just didn't know if they would actually do it. And actually, something kind of interesting about this particular death battle. This is actually the first death battle that they're doing where there's they have the first One Piece character entering a fight and a Fairy Tail character. But the other thing is, this is actually the first battle that they're doing where two anime characters are fighting each other.
Exactly.
What?
Exactly.
They're learning.
They're what?
They're learning.
They're learning.
Finally.
Like it's weird. It's like this is like the very first death battle where two anime characters fought each other. Now, you could say, like, Pokemon versus Digimon, but those were video games first. Well, Pokemon was anyway. I don't know about Digimon.
Digimon was a video game as well first.
So, anyways, how about we start watching the video?
Yeah.
When I say go, hit the play button, okay? And when Boomstick says it's time for a death battle, pause, and then we'll give our thoughts of who is going to win the fight after they show the research.
Alright, I got you.
Alright, so 3, 2, 1, go. I'm very excited for this battle.
Same.
Past, present, or future, one kind of fighter has stood the test of time. The swordsman. And today's combatants are two of the most skilled warriors to ever wield a blade. Zoro, the feared swordsman of the Straw Hat Pirates. And Erza Scarlet, the battle mage of the Fairy Tail Guild. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Hey.
Yes.
As a child, Zoro dreamed of becoming the greatest swordsman in the world. But he didn't just enroll at a dojo, he showed up, challenged everyone, and then just sort of stuck around. Zoro's dojo training sharpened his natural talent with a sword, but there was one person he could never quite manage to beat. His sensei's daughter, Kuina. They dueled a lot, and Kuina won every single matchup. All 2001 of them. Damn, you think you got at least one in? Despite the constant defeat, Kuina and Zoro were very close friends. Together, they promised that someday one of them would become the world's best swordsman. And then she fell down some stairs and died. Which just seems like an unacceptable way for a master swordsman to bite the dust. Does thin out the competition for world's best swordsman, though. True. I mean, that's how I became the world's best shotgun woodcarver. After Kuina's death, Zoro inherited her sword and used it to hone his skills even further. Eventually leaving the dojo in search of the current title holder of World's Greatest Swordsman, Dracule Mihawk. But he immediately got himself lost. With nothing better to do, he became a bounty hunter and wandered around the ocean until he ran into a weird, stretchy pirate kid. You mean Monkey D. Luffy, who brought Zoro onto his crew of Straw Hat Pirates.
I hope they don't bring anything
pretty well, since Luffy was already looking to hire him anyway.
I really hope not.
Zoro has quite a reputation. At this point, he was already a master swordsman, and after finding and training under Mihawk, his swordsmanship became legendary. He created his own fighting style, Santoryu, also called three-sword style, because he uses 3 swords, one in each hand and one in his frickin' mouth. That doesn't seem very safe. Oh, shut up, Wiz. Badasses don't care about safety.
That's
Regardless,
true.
with the 3-sword style, Zoro can perform several unique attacks.
Oh, they're bringing in
the onigiri, where he strikes with all 3 blades at once. Or the Tatsumaki, where he makes a tornado dragon. By swinging his swords a certain way, he can fire compressed air projectiles toward an opponent, like with his deadliest technique, the 1080-pound cannon. And last but not least, he knows the Kitoryu 9-sword style. Wait, did he just grow 4 more arms and 2 more heads? How the hell did he do that? It's just an illusion, but it still somehow has physical presence. He's like a human slapchop with a total of 9 swords. That's one way to put it. In addition to his skills with a blade, Zoro is able to use Haki, a mysterious power that every living being possesses, but only a select few have learned how to use. Haki, much like Neapolitan ice cream, comes in 3 flavors, and Zoro only has access to chocolate and vanilla. Chocolate? What? I don't even know. Well, one of those flavors is observation Haki. That's vanilla, of course. Which in some ways is similar to Spider-Man's Spidey sense. Zoro can sense the location of other people, even if they're invisible or far away, and can also predict most opponents' attacks. Then chocolate, everyone's favorite Haki flavor, is armament Haki. This lets him form an invisible armor around himself as protection, or harden his swords to make his strikes cut through almost anything. With both hockey, Zoro has been a real asset to the Straw Hat Pirates. They've traveled the world and
That
had
was
a
the
lot
most
of
intense fight I
weird
ever
adventures.
saw of Zoro.
Like that time Zoro fought a literal living mountain man named
Oh,
Pika
there it
and
is.
sliced
There
him
it
clean in
is.
half.
A strike
Wow.
so powerful it didn't just cut through Pika, it sent his top half flying upward. Considering Pika's enormous size and approximate mass, this strike had to have been more powerful than the first ever deployed hydrogen bomb, the 11 megaton Castle Romeo.
Also, Zoro's pretty damn fast. One time he moved so quickly he seemed invisible to a room full of highly trained assassins. And when the odds are against him, he'll keep pushing himself, even past the point of bleeding out.
Thus, he's powered through some incredibly
This
intense
right
pain.
here is
Such
why I think
Oh
Zoro's
my
gonna
god.
win.
Here it is. Oh.
Holy shit! How the hell is he still standing after that?
That's a good question. After a battle with Kuma, a bear man because this is One Piece, Zoro took on not only his own pain from near death, but also Luffy's, despite being told that doing so would surely kill him.
Right.
But it just didn't.
He doesn't even brag about it. What a badass.
Zoro is
Yeah,
definitely
right?
the stoic badass type, but he can't do everything. He's a sword fighter above all, and prefers to fight up close and personal.
He also has the world's shittiest sense of direction. He gets lost without someone there literally reading the map for him, and could never survive on his own without his friends.
You might think Zoro would be more of a lone wolf type of guy, but no. Much like how Kuina's death spurred him on to become a great swordsman, it's his friends who keep him fighting.
Oh,
I
fairy
set
tale.
sail for only one reason, to meet you. And what is your goal? To beat you.
Erza Scarlet grew up in a small rural town called Rosemary Village. It was pretty picturesque as far as childhoods go.
Hold on, Wiz, I'm getting a premonition. Despite everything seeming perfect, something terrible happens.
A murderous cult attacked, destroyed the city, and enslaved the children to build a tower to resurrect their evil overlord.
Of
There
course.
it is.
Young Erza was tortured, and while she may have lost an eye in the process, she also gained a friend, Jalal Fernandez. He actually gave Erza her last name, Scarlet, after her red hair.
She and her buddies swore they'd escape, so Erza ended up staging a revolt and saved the other slaves thanks to discovering her latent magical powers.
Unfortunately, not everyone made it out.
Turns out Jalal got possessed by some spirit that made him a huge dick, and she had to go without him.
That's
Fine,
a
if you want to
blunt way
leave
of
so
putting
badly,
it.
then I'm not going to stop you. But you'll have to go alone.
I don't remember
After that
which
nightmare,
episode
Erza
like
swore
that.
to dedicate her life to helping and protecting the innocent, and so joined
Favorite
the
food,
Fairy Tale
strawberry
Magician's Guild.
cake.
Luckily for them, she possessed a great skill set for a mage.
Her main thing is requip magic, which is basically like having an armory with you at all times, without having to lug it around.
Requip magic allows Erza to summon her vast array of weapons and armor at will, meaning she can use multiple combinations of swords, lances, and outfits all in one fight without ever really slowing down.
Damn, that'd be useful for all my weapons. How many's she packing?
She's rumored to have access to as many as 100 sets of armor
Almost run
and
that
200
out of
weapons.
Mantium.
Nice. As far as armor goes, her go-to is the standard Heart Cruise set. But there's also the Heaven's Wheel armor, where she can send swords flying at people, the spiky defensive adamantine armor, and the Blackwing and Flame Empress armors, which have wings for flying.
Don't forget her giant armor, which she uses with a lance, purgatory
never
armor,
forget
which
the
has a lot of
Nocturnbros
spikes, and seduction armor?
They said it.
I'm not really sure what purpose this serves.
Probably to make enemies terribly aroused. Ever tried to fight with an erection, Wiz? Believe me, it's not easy.
Right. Well, Erza claims her most powerful armor is the Armadura Fairy Armor, which is very pink.
These are fancy and all, but sometimes she doesn't even bother suiting up. If her back's against the wall, Erza equips her Clear Heart clothing. This enhances her speed and attack over defense, and channels all her magical energy into her katanas for a decisive blow.
She can charge magic through her swords to perform all sorts of magical attacks, even mixing and matching weapons and armors to better her chances in a fight.
She's also just really good at sword fighting. Actually, she's really good with a lot of weapons, including hand-to-hand.
All of this makes Erza an excellent addition to the Fairy Tale Guild. She quickly became one of its highest-ranking mages and was the youngest member to ever pass the S-Class Mage promotion test. An incredibly difficult gauntlet only the strongest and wisest of warriors can even attempt.
Speaking of achievements, she's pretty freaking strong. Don't believe me? Well, here she is, lancing a hole through a giant floating cube.
This cube was about 100 million cubic miles in volume. To punch through it, Erza's lance must have dealt about 16 kilotons of force.
Hers is also fast enough to deflect bullets point blank from a flintlock pistol. Guns with a muzzle velocity of about 540 miles per hour. And that's without a speed boost from her armor.
Right, many of her armor sets grant her stat boosts, increasing her speed, magic, defense, etc. She survived plenty of destructive blasts, including one that blew up an island. Considering that island's size, that's an explosion equivalent to 2 kilotons of TNT.
So she's sexy, can survive island-busting attacks, and has a shit ton of weapons? She's basically perfect. Just wish she used a gun or two.
Well, she may have a vast armory, but swapping them in and out requires magic, and she can run her supply down if she's not careful.
So it's just like a mana bar in those fantasy games you always play.
Exactly, though even when she's out of magic, she's still quite deadly in hand-to-hand. Like when she fought her alternate self from another parallel universe.
Yeah, that was weird.
That universe
That
has
was
a
a weird
lot
fight.
less clothing. Sign me up!
That's
When
weird.
you're among the best in the guild, you get the job done, no matter the limits.
I will withstand any physical pain to
Oh,
protect
good
the
job.
ones that I love.
Alright.
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for
Oh,
all.
nice cropping, dude.
Time for a death battle!
Alright, pause the video here.
No. Alright.
Alright.
That cropping arrow, though.
What do you guys think about what they said?
Okay, so they brought up a lot of things about Erza that I did not remember, but his observation hockey should counter her speed.
Yeah. In general, they made Zoro seem much more impressive. In general.
Zoro was always impressive.
Well,
Yeah.
of course.
Well, something I've noticed, there's like, at first I thought this fight was a stomp in Zoro's favor, but the more and more I thought about it, Erza has some things that she can counter. Well, she has done more impressive things than Zoro has. Like, there was one episode in Fairy Tail where she fought 100 monsters at once.
Yeah, I saw them mention that in the sidebar.
Yeah. And, Zoro, hasn't faced off against 100 monsters, although he probably
Has fought like an entire army.
Yeah, he has fought entire armies, but just to people, not like monster. Well, he may have, I don't know. Also, another thing is, I don't know if it's just me, but Erza seems like the Iron Man of Fairy Tail.
Well, she kinda is.
Yeah, she pretty much is, except she has a limit to how many suits she can have.
Well, isn't that the same with Iron Man? When his energy is low, he can't like use his suits anymore.
Well, there's some
Well, I guess.
exceptions.
But
Like
it's like
the...
less prone to happen. Like usually some outside source would have to make him lose all his power at once.
What I'm thinking is, well, something they didn't bring up. They didn't bring up the Nakakami armor. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically, I'm going to explain to the people watching. It's basically armor that Erza got in, like, the Grand Magic Games arc, where basically she had a weapon that was capable of cutting through dimension, or space, I think. It was dimensions or space, but either way, it's still impressive.
Yeah.
They didn't bring that up in
Yeah,
this.
but that's the thing. It's her armors that does it, and once that's gone, that's a GG.
Well,
So
I
think
remember...
He definitely has variety, but he has mostly everything to counter her. So
Zoro definitely has, like, Zoro has, like, the durability to match Erza's power, I think, because of the Thriller Bark arc, which they did make note of. They made note of Thriller Bark. I want Zoro to win. I'm a fan of both series, so I like both of these characters, so if one other character wins, I don't really care, because I'm a fan of both. But I'm just going to say this, if Erza wins, I'm not going to be surprised, but I have a feeling Zoro's going to win, so...
Well, let's see.
Final decision, Zoro, for me.
So Zoro for you, you, Zoro for me.
Zoro for
and...
me as well.
Alright, so all of us are rooting for Zoro.
Yep.
Alright.
No, I wouldn't mind if Erza wins.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Alright.
Alright.
I'll do the countdown thing. 3, 2, 1, play.
Alright, fire up. Try it again.
3, 2, 1, play.
Hey, Jux.
Oh, sorry, lady. Could you point me in the way of the shipyard? I've been looking around for hours.
Uh-oh.
Ha. Well,
Aha! You're the one I'm looking for. Come peacefully and you won't be harmed.
Sorry, I'm busy. Maybe later.
Then we'll have to do this the hard way.
I told you I'm busy.
I don't think she cares.
Well, I guess we're doing this now.
That music though.
hey.
That is...
Whoa! What?
You're coming with me.
Neat trick.
This is a very good fight.
Yeah, this is very
Yeah.
Good fight.
Why laughing at this?
This is first white fight in a while that had you voice acting.
Yeah, the other one being shot was the last one, I think.
Really digging this choreography.
You are strong, pirate. But this is your strength.
Yeah, she's going through her armor too quickly.
Oh,
Fool.
He's not dead
Nothing
yet.
is worse than the loss of life.
Don't start crying, woman.
What?
So much for all that strength bullshit.
oh, sweet, these sprites.
Yeah, dude. This is
I
awesome.
can do this. I will claim this bounty for my
Oh,
guild,
you don't must.
for my strength, for my friends.
Oh, bring it on! You're not the only one who fights for their friends.
Oh,
Yay!
Where the hell is that shipyard?
That was bloody as hell.
Jesus! Talk about a killing blow!
In the past, Erza could react to projectiles flying over 500 miles per hour, but Zoro can move faster than the eye could see. U.S. Air Force tests have shown that a well-trained human eye can consistently spot and recognize an image in 1/220th of a second. So, in this case, Zoro would have had to move from point A to point B, which is about 57 feet, in 4.5 milliseconds. That's close to 9,000 miles per hour.
That's more than 5 times faster than a bullet. Erza didn't really rely on speed anyway, and there's no evidence any of her armor magic could have helped close that wide of a gap.
Speaking of her armor, Erza did have more options in defense and weaponry.
right.
Unfortunately for her, she was simply outclassed in damage dealt.
Erza could withstand hits of about 2 kilotons, like the blast which destroyed that island. But Zoro has dished out much stronger blows than that.
Slicing Pika in half, for example, was equivalent to 11.5 megatons. That's
Wow.
about 6,000 times bigger than anything Erza has survived.
Not even
And while
close.
Erza's artificial eye may have seen through Zoro's nine-sword style illusion, it couldn't prevent him from actually attacking her.
She also had that habit of stripping down to clear hard clothing in a bind. Yeah, it gave her more sword power, but at the cost of less defense. This sounded like a good idea on paper, but close-range combat was Zoro's bread and butter.
Erza was mostly self-taught, and while proficient with a blade, Zoro has trained with swords all his life.
Right.
Even with the greatest swordsman in the world, an up-close duel was exactly what he was looking for.
Yes, she won't be getting a fairy tale ending.
The winner is Royale.
Boo!
Alright, let's see who's next.
Pause,
time.
pause.
Let's see
Next
who it is.
time on Death Battle.
Is it, please?
except for one man.
Chimichangas!
What?
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 Hey guys, I'm Chad. I'm with
What?
Ben, I play with. Next
He already
time,
fought Deathstroke.
Deadpool is back.
What?
God. Yeah, we're doing something a little different this time. We're going to be announcing his opponent on the Death Battle cast, which if you haven't heard is a thing. We launched the
What?
around Death Battle where we hang out.
Wait,
for
what?
Wait, hold on, be
It's
quiet.
a lot of fun. Go check it out. Thanks, guys.
Oh, that's it? Oh.
Yeah, that's it. So, Death Battle Casper. Deadpool.
What?
What? What?
Okay,
What?
Well, before we question that, let's talk about the fight. That was
Pretty good.
pretty good.
Okay.
It was short. It was a lot shorter than I was hoping for. I thought it was going to be a little bit longer, but it was still a good fight. It was a
Well,
really
it was
good
very
fight.
action-packed.
There's
Yeah, it
what?
was very action. It was action packed. The choreography was on point.
Yeah, I really loved that. Very
There
fast-paced.
are a couple of things I noticed about the fight that they didn't bring up, but honestly, I don't think it would have given Erza too big of an advantage, honestly. Well, I already mentioned the Nakatomi armor, but there's actually another advantage Zoro has that Erza has a disadvantage in. In the Tenro Island arc, after their fight against, I won't spoil anything, after a fight against a certain dragon, they were asleep for 6 years. So Erza has been missing 6 years of training, whereas Zoro has been training for like 2 years under the world's greatest swordsman in his universe. So that was one advantage.
That's also true.
What?
I said that's also true.
I like this fight. I really do like this fight, and I'm very interested about who Deadpool's fighting.
But this is the season finale, isn't it?
What?
This is the season finale.
Yes, it is.
This is the season finale already?
It is.
They announced it on Twitter that this was going to be the season finale, so having a returning combatant just seems weird to me.
And that combatant being Deadpool, like, who could he fight, really? Like, he
Dante?
fought Deathstroke.
I'm not sure. Like
Like, you
Dante
already
or
fought-
possible.
Deathstroke.
Like, I really
You know
don't
what?
know.
Sorry, go ahead.
Unless he fights with Deathstroke again, I really don't think anyone can fight him. I have no
Well-
idea.
Yeah, I would say like this would be like a special live action battle, but Kayaz or JPEG confirmed that he's going to be doing the battle, so I'm not even sure.
This is really weird.
Yeah, that is
Like-
weird.
Like, the last battle he was in was like a season 2 death battle, and
Yeah.
like, he's being the season finale for this one, so who's he really gonna... I'm just trying to wrap my head around. I'm trying to figure out who his opponent's gonna be, because he fought Deathstroke. Who else could he really fight? That would make sense.
This is
Well,
The
there's
only other
no idea.
I can think of...
Dante, but Dante fought Bayonetta. I don't know.
Wait, who?
Dante versus Bayonetta.
Yeah.
I mean Dante from Devil May Cry.
Yes.
That would make sense, but I was more so suggesting like if it's like another DC character, like maybe although I don't really know much about this character, but apparently it's a stomp according to you guys. Lobo, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Lobo?
That actually makes sense.
Yeah. That's like the only thing I could think of. Other than that, I have no. What's that girl's name from Kill la Kill? The girl with
Ryuko?
the one eye.
Rico? Oh wait, one eye?
Oh, Nui.
That weird girl. That weird girl with
With
the
the
long.
umbrella Dewey?
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
She is.
She's
That would
sort of.
be pretty cool, actually.
So
I would be down for that. I'd be rooting for Dewey, of course, because
Well-
of life fibers. But
Here's an idea. It's very, very strange of an idea, but Deadpool could fight Bobobo. I don't know if you know him.
I know who Bobo is.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's basically manga Deadpool. Unless you want to count Gintoki from Gintama. That could also be an opponent for him, but it's kind of a
So
stomp.
Bobo versus Deadpool is like a major stomp. I've seen
Yes, it
Bobo's
is.
series, and I've seen the stuff that he can do. he can pretty much beat anybody, even Superman. I'm not even joking on that either.
It's pretty much right what you just said, because I have the manga, and in one of the final chapters, he actually performs 100 laps around the Earth in less than a minute. That's very fast.
The way my thinking is, if this is going to be a season finale, then it has to be someone who can overtax Deadpool's healing factor.
It has to be Lobo then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
For now,
which is kind of disappointing, honestly, because I was kind of hoping Lobo would either fight Juggernaut or Ghost Rider in the death battle, but then again, we don't know. We're just like speculating. We have no idea who Deadpool is fighting. We're just saying ideas. Wait, this is really the season finale?
It is.
Or season 3?
Yeah.
Wait, what episode is what episode is this?
71, I believe.
70? No, I mean like in terms of season 3.
Let me. I think it was the
this
12th
is
episode.
14.
This episode what?
14.
14. That's kind of. I don't know
because
how long.
they're starting to do this annually, so there's going to be a 2017 season, and then the season finale will be in December. And it would just keep going on after that.
Oh, that makes sense. Huh. So wait, okay, hold on. I'm trying to. Hold on 1 second. I need to see something. So we're actually watching this death battle like on Monday because Tiki's a sponsor, and we're watching from a website called Rabbit. Rabbit.it. So I'm trying to see. Let's see. This episode officially comes out on the 30th, which means the death battle with Deadpool is going to be happening on the 21st of December.
Deadpool versus Santa Claus?
That would be.
Wait.
No.
Wait a second.
Naughty versus nice.
I'm checking the Death Battle wiki and the comments with spoilers, and one guy says, Deadpool better not fight Pinkie Pie or Sans. But other than those three, Sans, Pinkie Pie, and rematch with Deathstroke, who could he fight? And again in the comments says, The Mask.
The Mask would be cool, but
yeah,
the Mask would be cool, although I would imagine he could fight Beetlejuice.
See, yeah.
Well, is that all you guys have to say? Because
well, yeah, pretty much.
The episode was really good. I liked it. It was accurate.
Yeah, I did like the episode.
I'm so glad that they brought up the speed of faster than a human eye can blink. That's like one of the deleted lines from White Winter versus Leonardo.
Oh, actually, something I forgot to mention real quick. I think the reason why they didn't bring up the Nakakami armor for Erza is because there are no sprites of it. I don't think that's a major reason, but I think it's a good enough reason to not include it, because there are no sprites of the Nakakami armor. In fact, there aren't any, like, the sprites that we saw were, like, Mugen sprites. So, well, most of them anyway. But there are no sprites for the Nakakami armor, as far as I know, so that's, that may be a reason why they didn't include it, but I don't know.
Yeah, probably. That's probably the reason why. So, that's all I have to say.
So, yeah. If you guys liked this video of Zoro vs. Erza Scarlet featuring Nocturne and DJTiki, please consider subscribing to my channel and Battle Royale and their channels, and we'll see you guys on the next whatever video I decide to do. If you guys want us to react to the Deadpool fight, then leave a comment below. I've been the Dinosaur 64 DJ.Dino.
I'm DJTiki.
And I'm Nocturnbros.
And we'll see you guys next time for more mayhem.
If
Bye.
you want us.
Bye.